morning, students. So last class we were discussing about lesson number 6 which is word processor, and we were discussing about what are all the word processing packages we have. So what do you mean by proprietary software, what do you mean by open source software. Then we were discussing about what type of word processor we are going to use in our lesson, so which is called as OpenOffice Writer. And then we were discussing about what are the parts of your OpenOffice Writer window. Then we were discussing about what is title bar, what is taskbar, what is called as star center screen. And then we were discussing about minimize, maximize, close button. Then we were discussing about menu bar. So inside menu bar we were discussing about all the menus, so file menu, edit menu, view, and so on, so like that. And then we were discussing about types of toolbars, which is standard toolbar and formatting toolbar. Then we were discussing about workspace. So the white area which we see in our application or which we see in our document is called as our workspace. And then today in this part we are going to continue the rest of the lesson, so which starts from 6.2.4, and the title is how to enter the text. Okay, so how to enter a text in our Word file. So once a new document is opened, the text can be typed in the blank area. As the text is typed, they appear on the screen, and the flashing vertical bar is called as insertion point. Okay, so this is a 1 mark question. So the flashing vertical bar is called as your insertion point. See here, if I click here, you can see the flashing vertical bar. Okay, so this is called as your flashing vertical bar, which is called as your insertion point. Clear? And then when the text reaches the end of the line, the word is automatically wrapped to the next line. So you need not press the enter key after each and every line. Okay, so when the text reaches the end of the line, automatically it wraps the text. So that is called as word wrap. Okay, see, for example, if I take my Word file, so if I am going on typing the first line. Okay, so I am going on typing the line. So once it reaches the end of the line, it automatically comes to the second line. So this process is called as word wrap process. Okay, so word wrap. So what you mean by word wrap is nothing but, so once when the insertion point goes to the end of the line, it automatically wraps to the next line or to the new line. So that process is called as your word wrap. Clear? Then the enter key must not be pressed at the end of each line. So this is also another 1 mark question. The enter key must not be pressed at the end of each line, because once at the end of each line, it automatically wraps to the next line. Okay, so we need not press the enter key. So where we should press the enter key is only at the end of paragraph or when a blank line is to be inserted. So only in these two occasions we need to press enter key. Okay, so first one is at the end of each paragraph. Even a single line can be a paragraph. You just make a note of it. Even a single line can be a paragraph. So in that occasion, so if you are going to type the second paragraph once after the first line, if it is said to be a paragraph, and in that case you can press enter key. Okay, so only at the end of each paragraph or when a blank line is to be inserted, you should press the enter key. And then when a page is filled up, OpenOffice Creator automatically creates a new page. So once after the first page gets over, okay, so once after the first page gets over, it automatically creates the next page. Okay, so if I am typing and coming to the end of the first page, I need not need to insert a new page. Okay, so once after the first page gets over, it automatically creates a new page. So that is what is given here in entering the text. Okay, and then the next thing is, so you have a tabular column. So in this tabular column, it is said that how to move within your document by making use of your keyboard shortcut keys. So here we used to call it as shortcut keys. Okay, so arrow mark, all these 4 arrow marks are called as movement keys. So for if you are pressing the the right arrow, the action will be to move a character right. Okay, if you are pressing left arrow, it is to move a character left. So like that they have given a tabular column. So from this tabular column they may ask you one more question. For example, control plus up arrow, it is used to move one paragraph up. It is used to move the insertion pointer. Okay, it is used to move the insertion pointer one paragraph up. See, for example, I will show you here. See here, so I am here in this paragraph. If I am pressing control plus up arrow, it automatically goes to the first paragraph. If I am pressing control plus down arrow, it comes to the second paragraph. If I am pressing again control plus down arrow, it comes to the third paragraph. Clear? So like this we have several shortcut keys. So that tabular column may be asked in one more question. Okay, so make thorough of these tabular columns. So control plus end to move to the end of the document, shift plus tab to move one cell left, control plus home to the beginning of the document, home key to the beginning of the line, end key to the end of the line. Okay, so like that they are given 2 tabular columns. So you just go through it and then you memorize it. So this, from this tabular column they may ask you one more questions. Okay. Then the next topic which you are going to see is how to save a document. So once after typing the things, the content in our document, we need to save the document. So for the first time when you are going to save, so what are the things we should consider is, we should first name the file. Okay, we should first name the file and then with the extension. So for example, this extension will be .doc, or it will have the extension as ODT, so open document text file. Okay, so we should consider, or we should give the file name as well as the extension. So in the save as dialog box. Okay, so how to save is, so you have different methods. So one is using file menu. So go inside file menu and press save, or go inside file menu, press save as, or you press control plus yes. Okay, so see, for example, so this is my document. So I am going inside file menu and I should give save or save as. So once I give save or save as, this is called as your save as dialog box. So in this save as dialog box we should see where it is getting saved. So here it is getting saved inside my computer, my document, and inside that it is getting saved. Okay, so here it is called as file name, and this one is your file extension, that is the type of the file. So here it is already set as Word document, so it is, let it be as Word document itself. So here you should give the relevant file name. Okay, so once if you giving some random file name or some irrelevant file name and all, then in future you can't locate the file where it is been saved. So you should give relevant file name, proper file name, and then you should check this extension, and then you should go and check where it is getting saved. Okay, so this is how you should save a file. Then next one is, so this is the save as dialog box. So first you should select the location to store your document. The default location to store all documents is your my documents. Okay, so that is what I said. So inside my computer, so this PC is nothing but it is my computer. The name has been changed because we are using of Windows 10 version. So Windows 10, my computer will be as this PC. So the default storage space is my document. So inside my document you will have this file name, and here it is set as ODT, so open document text file. Okay, then type your document name in the file name box. So this is called as file name box. So all the documents in OpenOffice Writer will be stored with the extension called as .odt, and this is a one mark question. You can store your OpenOffice document as Microsoft Word document or even PDF. You can directly save the document file as Microsoft Word document, or even you can save directly as PDF format. So to do so, select the file from save as, and this list box shows variety of formats to be saved. So finally click save button. Once the file is saved, your document name will be displayed on the title bar. Okay, so to choose the different formats, you just press file, and here if you see save, and you will get the save as dialog box. Yes, so you will get the save as dialog box as like this. And if you choose this file extension, and here you can see the different formats. So here you have PDF format, here you have Word format. Okay, so here you have ODT format, open document, text format. So like this you will have several extensions. So you can choose any one of the extension and you can press the save button. So this is how you should save your document. Okay, then the next one is how to save your file with the password. So this is another one feature which you can use in save option. So how to save your file with the help of setting a password. Okay, so here this is your password dialog box, and here you should enter the password and you should reconfirm your passwords, and this may differ from version to version. Okay, so if you are setting the password and if you are pressing this OK button, so it's nothing but it's like a security purpose. It is for security purpose. So no one can open your file, or no one can see your file without giving the password, or no one can edit your file. Okay, for that reasons you can save the file with password. See, for example, if I am going to save this file by setting a password, I will choose file menu, and then I will set the protect document, click the protect document tab, and here I will see encrypt with password. You can see a option called as encrypt with password. Okay, so here I can set my password, and if I press OK, my file will be protected by a password. Okay, so only by making use of this password or by typing the password, I can open the file and I can edit the file. So this is for security purpose. Okay, so the next topic which we are going to see is how to close a document. So after saving your file or your document, okay, so if it is still in open condition, so you have to close your document. So for closing your document, you can choose file menu and you can press close option, or you can press Ctrl+W in your as a shortcut key. So Ctrl+W is for closing your document. Okay, so you underline this Ctrl+W, and Ctrl+S for save, Ctrl+O is for open. So all the shortcut keys are very, very important. Then so if your file is unsaved, okay, so if you haven't save your document and if you are going to close your document, so when you press the close button, it will ask you for this prompting dialog. It will prompt you with the help of this dialog box that your file is haven't been saved yet. So if you want to save, you can press this save option, or if you don't want, you can just press discard, or you can press cancel and you can move out. Okay, so if you are giving cancel, okay, if you are giving cancel means this dialog box will be closed and your document will be still in open condition. If you are giving this discard button without saving, your document will be closed. Okay, so that is what is given here. Then how to open an existing document. So once after typing the content, you save your file. Okay, so you close your file, and then after 1 day or after an hour, or if you want to open the file again, So what you should do, so that is given here. So open an existing document. So click on file menu, open, or press Ctrl plus O as your shortcut key. Okay, so choose a location. See, for example, if your file has been saved in my document, so here it will show. Okay, so by clicking the file name, you just press open. So that is how you should open an existing document. Then the next topic is 6.3. We are going to see a Tamil typing interface. Okay, so Tamil typing interface is nothing but how we can type in Tamil by making use of interface and by making use of Tamil fonts. Okay, you have two different methods to type Tamil in your Word file or in your Excel or in any application. So one is by making use of Tamil font and another one is by making use of Tamil interface. So Tamil fonts will be little bit difficult for you because you need to know Tamil typing. You have several shortcut keys for Tamil typing in your English keyboard itself, and then you have to download several fonts, and then you have to insert it inside the control panel in font folder. Okay, so you have to download Tamil font, you have to install it, and then you should unzip the Tamil font and then go to control panel, and then you have to paste it in the font folder. So you have several drawbacks by making use of this Tamil font. So let us see what are the drawbacks we have. The first one is the user must be aware of Tamil typing. So the main disadvantage is you should know Tamil typing, so that Tamil shortcut keys for typing in English keyboard. And then particular font must be available in the system. So you have to download the font, you have to install it. It does not support other languages including English. Then the computer accepts character as symbols, not as language. So it accepts only as characters, not as a Tamil language. It is not portable because once if you are having Tamil font and if you are typing it in MS Word, and then if you are saving the file and then if you are opening the file in some other system, so it is not portable. Okay, so it is not portable in the sense if the document is sent to another computer, if the same font is not available in your friend system or in your other system, all these letters will be recognized as symbols. Okay, so if you don't have any fonts, you will get box like thing, like only squares or only rectangles you will get. So that is why they are telling it as it is not portable. Okay, then to overcome the drawbacks in the first method, that is by making use of font, to overcome these drawbacks, the second method has been implemented. So it is by making use of Tamil interface. Okay, so it follows Unicode technique, hence knowledge of Tamil typing is not necessary. You can directly type in English. Okay, so that will be converted into Tamil. So by making use of these interfaces, you can do that. So there is no need of Tamil typing knowledge and all. It is easy to type documents in Tamil in any word processor. Some of the Unicode fonts are Arial Unicode, and it supports all Indian languages including Tamil, English, and using respective language interfaces. So how to download and install Tamil typing interface? So you have in your textbook they have given two Tamil interfaces, Tamil typing interfaces. One is Murasu and another one is NHM Writer. Okay, so it is exclusively for Tamil. This Murasu is exclusively for Tamil, and this NHM Writer is universal to all Indian languages. And here they have given the download link. Okay, so this is for Murasu and this is for NHM Writer. Okay, see here you can see this small squares. Okay, so this is nothing but I don't have the particular font in my system. So if I don't have particular font in my system, all this characters will be converted into these symbols. This is called as symbols. Clear? So now we'll see how to download Murasu Tamil interface and how to type in MS Word in English itself and how it's getting converted. Okay, so see, if you see here, this is the web URL address which is given in your textbook for Murasu Tamil interface. So once you get inside this Murasu Anjal interface, you can download it. Okay, so you can download it for if you have 32-bit or if you have 64-bit processor, you can download it. So once you download, it will ask for serial number. So for serial number, you have to register. So once you finish the registration process, that is, they will ask you your name, your email ID, okay, and then you have to check in the Apache text. Okay, then next one is you will receive your serial number in your mail ID. Okay, so here I have received my serial number, so which is here. So once after installing the Murasu, here itself they would have been given how to install it. So what are the process to install Murasu? So once I have installed it, it will automatically gets inserted into my C drive program files. Okay, so see here it has been installed here. So I copied it and I have made a local folder in my local drive, and then I have pasted this in my local folder itself. Okay, so everything when you download every software or anything, it will be downloaded and it will be stored in program files, which will be in C drive. Okay, so you double click it, and if you run it, so you can type in English itself, it will be converted into Tamil. Okay, so what is the process is, it's nothing but it's very simple. Once you download and you install it, see here you will have the language here, which is default language, which is English. Okay, so you just click it, and here you can see Tamil Murasu Anjal. Yes, you just click this, and here you can see it has been changed to Tamil language. Okay, so now what I am going to do is I am going to type as for example Amma, so AMMA. I am just typing it in English itself, but automatically it will be converted into Tamil font. Okay, so you have to choose here the font name, which is Anjal Inaimadi. Okay, now I am going to type AMMA. Right, I just typed in English, so but it's automatically getting converted into Tamil. Okay, then if I am going to type father or APPA, right, so it's automatically getting converted into Tamil. So this is the main use of using Tamil interface. Okay, so if I want to go to my original language, that is my default language English, it's enough just to press Win key plus space bar, Window key plus space bar. See, I am having here so here I am having the language as Tamil. So if I want to shift to the default language English, it's enough that to press Win key, that is Window key plus space bar key. Okay, or it's just click the Tamil again and you can press English language. Okay, so now I am going to press Win key plus space bar. Okay, so Win key plus space bar, that's all. Okay, so it will be changed to the default language, which is English. And now if I am typing in English ASDF GF, so it will be in English itself. Okay, but here it's very important that you should change the interface here. Okay, so till this we will stop, and rest of the things we will see in the next class. Thank you, students.